Alrighty. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Alright, let's do this. Okay, looks like we got all that together, all this together. Okay. Alright, good. I think we're ready to go. Skibbity bop, skibbity bo. Turn this down a little bit. There. That seems good. Alrighty, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode, or part, I guess, of the update stream. I am Arcadum Ding Dong. Once again, I'm not on camera because I don't really have a good setup for it right now, but that'll all be solved whenever we settle into the new place. I got a lot to talk about today. A bunch of brand new meta mechanics and things like that. Ooh boy, lots happened. Okay, so in week 5, the first milestone for Kazor's Landing's level up has been completed. Once all the milestones have been completed, this will level up the city, but it will also level up every player. So that means that each player, whenever this level up occurs, if they are already in the city, they will get to level 2. If they are not in the city yet, when they return to the city, they will be able to level 2. So level 2 is nearly here. Huzzah. Hey, thanks for the prime sub there, XP quad XY underscore AJ. Additional buildings in Kazor's Landing are completed and will be able to be explored soon. Most notably, these are the buildings for the sub-factions. The sub-factions in this case are associated with things such as, are associated with things such as, like the different factions from the specific countries. So things like the Hikari Knights or the Sound Guard from Rhine and things like that. But it also deals with sub-factions created by Kazor's Landing, so like the Hand of Argos and things like that. So what this means is that there will be a whole new set of sub-NPCs and sub-factions to really explore and be able to figure out what kind of impact you want to have on Kazor's Landing, which is a veritable melting pot of all sorts of different things. Also, something that's really cool, big also, is that we will be able, excuse me, I got ahead of myself. Each of those factions also, once you have progressed them enough in their agendas, will unlock faction classes, which is going to be a new class type that I intend to release as they are released. All that good stuff. Alright, so next up from that, the first noble meetings will be planned, and one of the big outlooks of these noble meetings is they will attempt to aid with where to send Kazor's extenuous resources into the different projects that are now becoming available, and whenever any new projects become available. So, if you want player influence to be able to control which projects are focused on, then that's kind of going to be what the noble meetings will be for, and those are going to be arranged kind of interpartily. I think the best way I can describe it is to ensure that anybody that has nobility in their party to be able to attend and to make things kind of work out is I'll be arranging a time whenever a meeting will take place, and then people will return and then participate in that meeting. Kind of straightforward like that. Next up, we're going to go ahead and go over what those projects are, or at least the first set of that project. And those projects are Grand Arena, Wavegate, Arcane Stabilizer, Mystic Refinery, and Canals. Oh, hey, Zach, 32772. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, man. Man, I don't think we've had a hype train in a long time. Thanks for that. Is this a new game, or is it a D&D thing? It is a D&D thing, but it's my own tabletop system. So it's new it's new in that regard, I'd say. Okay. So the projects that have been unlocked for players to explore in the upcoming months of Kazor's Landing are the Grand Arena, Wavegate, Arcane Stabilizer, Mystic Refinery, and the Canals. Which I'll go over what each of those are relatively, and then that way you can choose if you wish or wish not to help participate in those projects. So, the first is the Grand Arena. The Grand Arena is definitely more geared towards, I would say, the Shark Eye side of stuff, as they kind of run that whole area. But the Grand Arena represents a place of like Coliseum level attraction, and will be a place of special events in which grand bouts will be held between competing knights and traveling warriors and things like that. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? No commercials. No, not the commercials. I'm sorry. Asgrade, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, man. That was really nice. Hey, we were at Hype Train too. Haven't had that in a long time. Anyway, next up is the Wavegate. So the Wavegate, if its project is complete, will allow the the ability to travel across the abyss, the abyssal ocean, between other continents, specifically Calcatesh to Kazor's Landing, to happen outside of the Week of Peace by momentarily opening a hole between those two spaces. So essentially, it will allow for a couple of nice benefits to be gathered over from Calcatesh, such as the ability to reinforce, the abilities to bring in new characters, and of course the ability to bring in new races for those new characters. So it's a way to further unlock races that already exist but have not been made available, such as the Changeling and things like that. Next is the Arcane Stabilizer. This project, when completed, can be placed over a region, and it can be completed multiple times, and can be placed over a region to limit mana storms and essentially control the rate in which mana interweaves and interacts. After that, you have the Mystic Refinery. The Mystic Refinery allows the production of the rarest forms of crafting materials and essentially is required in order to make some of the bigger artifacts, the bigger curios, and the bigger relics. And then finally, the canals. The canals are the first step in actually upgrading Kazor's Landing from a brazen palisade settlement to an actual city, and it is the beginnings of fresh water. So, using the Riverlands water nearby to make sure that the city is well supplied. So, as a quick over-the-top explanation, Grand Arena is extra bonus super combats slash betting. Wavegate is access to old content. Arcane Stabilizer allows for easy overland travel. Mystic Refinery allows for better loot. And the canals is the required upgrade step to increase Kazor's Landing as a city, which gives more and more stuff. Is this game still 5e or the new TTRPG you were working on? It is the new TTRPG that I was working on, Prism. I mean, it's still closely related to 5e, but it is Prism. And that's basically what it is. As for expedition availability, the following expeditions are available from the rankings of E through S. They are Recover Cargo, Mountain Climbing, Cave Diving, Extermination, Hunt, Delve, Emergency, which those might be coming up now, and Faction. So the big one I want to talk about is Faction, because the faction will be split between two different pieces. There is individual factions that you want to actually work for and progress their agendas, but there may also be expeditions available for projects. So if you want to have your party's efforts go directly towards a specific project that's available, let's say, for example, the Wavegate, then you could take a Wavegate expedition, complete that, and the Wavegate will be progressed by a small percentage based off of how much you've done. During the nobility meetings, there will be an amount of resources generated by all players, by all of their efforts, and by all of Kazor's Landing, in which the nobilities will get the noble characters and the nobility themselves will get to vote on where those particular resources are focused as well. So there's kind of two different ways to make that happen. Did you guys wait? Hype chest? What's this? Oh, okay. Spill the tea emote. As someone new to this, is there any resources I can read so I'm less overwhelmed? Oh, absolutely. You can check out the Corvinus wiki, which is not that, but it is. It's this right here. Here you go. Alrighty. Well, there you have it. That's all the new stuff based off of this week. Major updates. Also, to those of you that do not know, I have added all of the current shop inventory updates they've been sent to the wiki team to add, as well as one of the next projects that I'll be working on for design setup and preparation are level 2 spells and the next set of martial disciplines. As people will be getting to level 2 and higher, they will need access to those spells, so that's all going to be made available to everybody. So that people can start planning for which spells that they want, which things they want to get access to. Question with no relevance to the current topic. Okay. So that's going to be new spell sets for level 2, and then also the next wave of martial disciplines. That was not a question. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've come to the end of my part of it, so we're totally open for questions if people people give it. Why not give an overview of the setting of the campaigns for the new people now tuning in for the first time? That's fair. For those of you that don't know, this particular game of Prism, the system, takes place in my home setting of Verum, and the current gameplay space that we're working on is a continent called Aelenclast, which is the New World, in which we are basically taking place in the early 1700s, stuff like that, of going and exploring a New World continent using magic and steampunk-esque technology to do so. Why are you so dang handsome? Collective madness. You mean 1607? In 1607, we sail the open sea. It's so good, dude. There's more to it than that, but there's a lot to explain for the games. But that's really all you need to know. It is an allegory for the homosexual hero's journey, much like Beastars. Thanks, Van. Van, everybody. How far along is the new continent? Is this the start, or is there a piece I get caught up? I'm assuming mainly the wiki. Oh, there's actually oh man, there's been a complete list of all. Can one of you guys pull that up and post that in here? That he made the stream list. It lists out all of the episodes, which was done by oh oh dear, what's his name? I want to get it right. It's like Lala Jinx or something like that. I know I've seen it plenty of it. I feel kind of embarrassed that I can't say it right. It's oh man, it's in here somewhere. I know I've seen it. Ah, there it is. Ask the Staff, and it's done by well, now I can't read it because I'm in stream mode. But yeah, it's in Ask the Staff. Someone's done an entire. This really cool guy has done an entire list of all of the of all of the of all the stream games, which is awesome. So if you want to get caught up, that's probably the best way to do so. Like organically, I think. Lologix, aka me. Oh, that's you, Zach? Oh, okay. Well, sorry, man. There you go. This one, right? Oh, can you guys not post links? Here, I'll do it. I found it. Not sure why you guys can't post links. There you go. That's the link. But yeah, that's the link to all of the current things, and you'll want to go to the Aelenclast section, and yeah, no problem. Always like to see people whose names I haven't seen that much before pop up. It's always good. Makes you feel good. But yeah, any more questions? This is question time. Oh, I'm gonna plug my phone in. I'm an Uber lurker. I mostly watched on YouTube because my work makes me have weird sleep schedules. I feel you on that. Level 2 means accessing level 2 spells. Yes. Are we able to buy spells to learn in town? Yes. That's actually a part of the big update to all of the shops. Because they are not a part of the because they probably haven't been put on the wiki yet, I'll go ahead and give a quick read over of them for you guys. You know, there he is. Okay, so for the general goods, that hasn't changed much. For the Farside Brewery, you can now purchase special meals that provide bonuses. They are home cooked meal, Aelenclast fire salad, fried jackalope legs, bone brew, thorn and mutton. At the Hand of Progress, you can buy scrolls that you can learn spells from, or also use them as scrolls. Only level 1 spell scrolls are allowed, and they are 6 steam per spell level. Obviously, the market values can shift and stuff like that, but that's what the base ones are. Crimson Offerings gives all base martial disciplines are available for training, and training in a basic martial discipline costs 10 steam. You can also exchange weapon proficiency, which the cost of that is the character spirit times 5. However, if you are choosing a proficiency to a two-handed weapon, it costs half as much because Sharkai. For Threads of Fate and Mortal Steel, all basic Faith Warrior and Mana Wanderer armaments are available, and each are selling holy symbols. And in the Olive Grove, you can now purchase higher tiers of supplies, which are required for special meals that you can make while traveling. Tier 1 supplies, which is the basic supply, is still 1 steam. Tier 2 is 3 steam, and Tier 3 is 6 steam. I've also added the vessel weapons, which you'll be able to explore once they get up on the wiki. So, were you inspired by any other TTRPGs for Prism? Absolutely. I was inspired by pretty much all of them that I've played, and I've also was inspired by Magic the Gathering, and learning its to incorporate a similar version of its syntax to make things easy to understand and formulaic across all ability subsets. At least that was the goal. For the mana wave, you mean Mana Gate project? Would the gate be open only to Calcatesh or other continents where the party would work on? Well, the gate is in Calcatesh, but that doesn't like that's where the whole expedition started anyway. Was in Calcatesh. Calcatesh is at the forefront and center, which is why it's a Calcateshian project. Can you learn spells off of scrolls? Yes, but to do so destroys the scroll. Do we know how close this is? Level 2 occurs whenever those milestones are completed. How do I share stream? You mean this stream? Uh, you just post it on social media, I guess. Maybe to friends. I'm not sure. Yeah. Learning spells from a scroll uh, takes obviously money and time, and it destroys the scroll. Have the gnolls on the beach become a bigger problem than people have realized yet? I think the problem with the gnolls on the beach is that a lot of the starting wealth has been disappearing because the gnolls have been destroying it. So, how much time and can you do it while expeditioning? Um, so the time it takes to learn a spell so that you can cast it without a scroll takes approximately 1 week of settlement downtime per spell level. And then obviously the cost of scroll. And you cannot do it while expeditioning. At least, not yet. How many new spells do we get at level 2? You don't get any new spells at level 2. You have to learn them. How much does it cost to learn? Well, actually, that depends on which class you are. Sorry. That's actually dependent on class. Is the time shorter if you are learning from a person? No, it is not shorter. Will the faction classes be like prestige classes, or is there a different subset to them? Um, Faction classes, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think that they are going to take the competitive slot with both continental and core skill. Well, it might be both continental and core. I'm honestly not sure yet. So you give up both for it? No, Knob. It takes one of those slots. Yeah, but I haven't actually made any of the faction classes yet, so I haven't decided which of the slots they'll take. I have a I have a leaning towards them taking the either the continental or core, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't want to say anything here that'll make people think something when I haven't decided yet. The biggest thing I want to avoid is to make core classes are supposed to be core because they're supposed to be generally good, and the foundation in which you build up everything. So something I'm gonna have to think about. Then again, factions is something that you don't generally have access to at the start. So maybe I could do it that way. Yeah. Anyway, something for me to figure out. Oh my god. No, it does not take both slots. You will always have 3 classes. I think the more I think about it, what I'm probably leaning towards is that faction will probably just take the slot of a core class. That's what I'm really starting to feel. Because you can't start with it in most cases, so you'll have to retrain out of it. So you'll replace your core class with a faction class. I think that's good. Like I said, I haven't decided yet, but that's kind of more where I'm leaning. For example, training sorcerer to insert name class. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. How often does the wiki get updated? It gets updated pretty regularly. I have a whole scribe team that updates the wiki, so they're pretty cool. See, the thing about it is that the faction classes are going to be very specialized, and I'm worried that they might not get chosen if they replace the core skill. Or not core skill, but core class. But we'll see. I suppose now that I think about it, factions require you to have some kind of commitment. So it's a class you can't start with, and it has a bunch of join parameters and stuff. So I think I'd be okay with it replacing the core class. Yeah, that might be something. Do we know what factions or just factions in general? Factions in general, but there's going to be a whole list of them that are going to be made once the buildings are created. Which the buildings are created canonically, but I have to get a bunch of maps made. But essentially, like some of the big factions from specific countries will make their presence known. Like the Hikari Knights, for example, will have a faction class that you can earn, and like the World Wanderers, the Sound Guard, the Night Guard, maybe. Hell, we could even have things like uh, like Scald, Onimetsu, stuff like that. Will the Red Lobsters be a faction? That's up to them. Would you be interested in a character creation app? Uh, yeah. Even more so if it was combinable with Foundry. Did you talk about advancing in sphere spells? Um, well, it's still the same. Is that in order to take a spell of the next sphere, you must have at least two spells in each of the parent spheres that make that sphere. I'm just looking at what's possible from the wiki for something fun for the weekend. Helps me create a character. Sure, man. If you want to do something like that, that's really cool. This is a really poppin' update stream. Lots of people in here. Feels good, man. Look at that big pile of blobs. Why are you guys bullying Mop? You guys are just bullying him. Let him out. The stream is black for me. It is? Is it black for anyone else? Have I just been talking to a black screen this whole time? Oh, okay. Strange. And now, with the possibility of buying and learning new spells, how would one go about it? You would go up to Madame Yu's shop. You would buy a scroll with the spell you want to learn. You would then spend a week of settlement downtime to learn it. Easy breezy. Is you a caster or just a saleswoman? Yes. I meant about how go about advancing in spheres. Once you have learned the prerequisite spells, then you can purchase and learn the next level of spells once they become available. So we can find spell scrolls as potential loot? Oh, absolutely. Especially, you can find stone scrolls with hidden spells as loot. Ooh. Yeah. So, if you want that, then you should probably go where such loot exists, like S rank missions and delves, things like that. Yeah, I know that's what you guys are doing. I'm just saying for other people. But an S rank mission is hard and dangerous. Yes. How much cargo is there left to recover? I mean, there's still some to recover, but I'm essentially doing it to where if enough weeks pass where no player has taken a cargo mission, a cargo expedition, the opportunity will have been spent. And there's also a time limit as well. So I have a predetermined time in play in which those will remain available. Would retrieving the dragon egg from the Knolls still be possible for other parties, or is it not an official expedition? What a great question for people to explore. My brain hurts, I'm new. What's up? What's up, man? There's a lot of stuff to go over if you want to read the wiki. You can also join the Discord and ask people for help if you want to get into it, and they'll help you along. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factions too. Like, there's the churches. Like, each of the pantheons have their centralized church, at least until their centralized worship area, I should say, until they start building their own stuff like that. It's literally up to you. You have it is your missions. It is your path, whatever it is that you want to do. So basically, all the parties are leaving free money and loot on the table by not retrieving the cargo from the Knolls. Uh, I mean, yeah. I wouldn't really call that free, though. There's a cost in blood that has to be paid, but yeah. And also, not everybody wants to go open loot boxes. Some people want to do other stuff, and that's okay too. Like dungeon delve, or make a theater, or uh, participate in a live action rendition of a of a what is it? A Beastars polycule. Jesus. Oh man. I say eliminating the Knolls is free. You also get paid to take them out. You know what, Zen Master? I feel like I've been in this situation before, where you're just like, I think it's like this, and I'm like, all right, well then you do it, and you step up and you're like, oh, this is scary, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I think we're getting into that territory again. Drifting lanterns catching strays. It isn't just them. You're not the only polycule, or whatever the hell that means. Have you seen the incredible sexual tension that exists in, like, big dirty tunas? Big dirty tunas has incredible tension. Bro, where? The BDT is the comedy version. Yeah. BDT is so peak. Petito is the goat, dude. That character is the goat. He's also the only one with what I would call a successful espionage mission that has occurred so far. And even that ended with like a natural disaster, so I told dude it wasn't like that. BDT is driving against the traffic and asking why everyone's going the wrong way. That's accurate. I'm also waiting for John to just lose his mind. I think Traveler's Delight is probably going to end up being the full-time horror movie campaign. Also, the inevitable romance between Marvin and Ace is nearly as it's nearly as inevitable as the romance between John and Ace. The point is, there's a lot of tension in that party too. Question on the wiki: it says Druid is in work in progress. That might be on the wrong spot on the wiki. Try Prism. It shouldn't say that. Druid's finished. Dude, I dreamed about Ace last night. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like the old Conflux wiki. Are you still looking to run more campaigns? Absolutely. I have at least 3 more campaign slots I want to fill. But yeah, I mean, I need like, I think my limit max would be 2, maybe 3 more groups. See, I already got 2 people signed up. Hold on. Who are those 2 again? There was Chris and Blackout Rhino, I think, signed up. Let me go look. Sign-ups, 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 sign-ups. Let's see here. Character submissions. Yep, there we go. Blackout Rhino and Chris. As much as I want to play again, I'm not in a good position to do so. No, I feel you, Zen Master. It's fine. No pressure. I think it'd be really cool if the guy, Wink, that made all the list of all the campaigns, Wink, was finally able to play in his own, Wink. What do holy symbols do? Are they just for showing off who you worship? They are to show off who you worship, but they are also the conduits to use deitic blessings, which will come up later once the presence and manifestation of the deities increase in Aelenclast. Double slot. Well, look, obviously, play responsibly, but yeah, I've got about 2, maybe 3 more full group slots left, so that's about 10 to 15 character slots I'd like to fill, and then I'll be at my max. But I'm not at my max yet. So can we not get a blessing from our church yet? You can once you've generated enough faith. That'll all be explained when I do the big deity update, which will come fairly soon. I just got to do a bunch of other shit first. Is the guild built yet? No, not yet. There is no lobster. Not yet. There is no lobster in Ba Sing Se. How much are holy symbols? It does not say. Holy symbols are probably going to be like implements, so probably like 5 Steam. Are there any of the gods that don't have official artwork yet, or are you fine with the ones that already have? There's a few of them that don't. Unfortunately, the artist that used to do them probably doesn't want to work with me anymore, so I'm in a really odd spot where he did all this amazing work, and for me to use another artist would be like difficult because then the art styles would be completely different. So there's that. I'd basically be at the point of I'd have to redo all of them because I want them all uh to look the same, I guess. Want me to copy art style? I'll pull a Kakashi. If you think you can, Waymaker. I mean, John Silva's art style is crazy. Um, Big shout out to John Silva. He's a VTuber streamer now, so if you're interested in any art or anything, go check him out. He did the majority of the Deadic art for Verum. He's very good. But no, in all seriousness, if I wanted to finish them all out, I'd probably just have one artist do all of them. It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot of work, and that's the other thing. It's like 33 pieces of high detail, like super artwork, and I just don't have the budget for that. So, like, I think I paid something like 10 grand for John Silva to do it, something like that. So, there's a lot of money I don't have. So, unfortunately, we don't have the money we used to. Chat room. We did not have the capital that I once had, but we make do. One cool thing, one very cool thing that I was able to inherit from before was there are a bunch of very cool, supportive artists in the community still, and that's something I'm just super grateful for. So I assume the Hoask are locked behind something else. Yeah, they're walked behind the wave gate. Send in the ATC, obtain capital. I wish it was that easy. Oh man. Well, all right then. Good sesh, guys. Excellent session. Feels good, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Uh, thanks for thanks for having my back. Just being here in general. All that good stuff. Question: can you add organs to potions or alchemy to get weird effects that are useful? You could certainly try. There's lots of experiments you can do. Am I playing D&D today? D&D today? Maybe. We'll see. Will the clans of Glace be considered subfaction? Are they all unified after the war? Um, if there are any clans that are going to be subfactions, it'll be like the most storyline relevant ones. So, not all of them though. No. Can we all gang up and get rid of Madame Yu? I don't understand why you are treating her like a bad, like she's not an antagonist. Like she just isn't. She's not she's doing what any spy master character would do. When's the Sharkai campaign that enslaves all Kazor's Landing and puts them to the sword? Look, you know, Van, maybe you should start it. How about that? Is the Sharkai regional class already the faction of their factions inside? There's factions inside Sharkai, Elder Sharkai. Yeah. They are referred to as sects. SECT. There are different sects of the religion. Think about it like the Imperium of Mankind for Warhammer 40k. How there's like 9 different branches. It's the same kind of concept. If I'm ever to play a Stone Siren, could I be a Stone Siren like the one I met? Like the one you met? You mean from the prologue? You mean the Levisian? The Levisians aren't Stone Sirens. The Stone Sirens are Gorgons. To answer your question, you can play one whenever the gates open. But yeah, all seriousness though, the one I learned the Song of Sorrowed Stone from. Uh, I'd have to go back and look. I don't think that was a. It doesn't matter. To answer your question, the Stone Sirens are from the race list are Gorgons. The Levisians, which are the people made of stone, are a different race. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I was going to say, look, you want to see things happen, make it happen. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say something like that. Made of stone, yeah. Is Kurosai the same as the Emperor? What? You know, truth be told, I would like to see more of the other representatives interacted with more. They're pretty cool. But it's also whatever everybody wants to do, so no skin off my back. Maybe I'll get that with new groups. That's the super fun thing, right? New groups, new chances, new interactions, feels good. I want to see Star pipe off, yeah. It'd be nice to get some Viakin Raiders. Alrighty then. We'll go and wrap up there. Thanks, guys, for supporting the channel. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me for a bit. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock tonight for Traveler's Delight. Thanks again, everyone. Oh, and shout out to Mop for the Blob program. Look at all those guys.